What was the worst character you ever saw in a game? Official NPCs are also welcome.
What type of thread do you think this is going to be today then, Megan? Also, we got Ozzy in the background again.
Ozzy's here eating his breakfast, so
again.
You will hear munching noises. Love me watermelon, simple as. I tried to start a post-apocalyptic fantasy 3.5 game that was all psionics, no magic, with unique races that were defined as strains of mutants. I had a player, someone I recruited from TG.
I'm not going to say what.
So it was one of you assholes.
Yeah.
That wanted to play a unique type of mutant. I was like, okay, pitch me your idea. His idea was basically a mutant that could steal body parts from others and add them to itself.
Oh, that's the Hulk movie. Remember the old? Well, I suppose there's the old one now as well.
Yeah.
Remember and he like binds with everything.
Oh yeah, gaining their powers, but it would also randomly explode and then reform, losing all its accumulated powers. I don't really remember the specifics, because the damage this player was suggesting really threw me off. He wanted his character to explode in the 200 radius, doing 20 d4 damage. Ooh.
Okay.
When I pointed out that there was essentially no chance of the rest of the first level party would survive being caught in a 220 d4 blast, and he was asking me to allow a character that would guarantee a near TPK every session, he was genuinely shocked and hadn't even considered the impact on the other players.
I mean, do you really need to worry about them that much? It's that, like, you shouldn't have got in the 200 foot radius, that's all. I'm going to say, like, what were you doing within 200 feet of
me at any point?
I mean, people like this deserve to have 200 foot kept behind them at any given time. That's the way it should be. Yeah, exactly.
Creativity is nice and all, but holy shit. Then one of the players accused me of railroading because I expected him to follow the character's creation guides I laid out and wasn't willing to let him completely rewrite the setting I created, and said, F it. I can't say it, guys, it's first post, maybe later on.
Yeah.
And ended the game before we even played.
Yeah, there's not much you can really do there, if I'll be honest with you. Yeah, it sounds like you were set up for disaster. So what went wrong?
Well, you were looking on TG for your players.
To be fair though, apparently the Game Finder threads aren't that bad. They're not that bad. Although what I will say is bad, or if you really want to, we do have a Looking for Group server. It is pretty much a dumpster fire. Oh, the guys are kind of funny though. I'll give them that. Like, they are kind of funny, although they do glow like neon in the dark. Yeah.
They glow like them 90s stars that used to stick in your steel.
Yeah, there's this
permanent glow.
There's this one guy, I'm not making this up, so he's a Russian, but he lives in the UK, and he's the most, he glows harder than anyone I've ever met before in my entire life. It's like, I don't know, am I allowed to say his name?
No.
Alright, okay, let's just keep going.
Played a D&D module. One player wanted to be a necromancer. DM said okay. One player wanted to be a Zekeide from ancient Persia. DM said okay. Player asked to be a devout Zoroastrian and spent the entire game mocking everyone and everything related to the gods of the setting because he didn't believe in them. And also told us it was our job to make friends with him before the end of the campaign, or he'd sacrifice us to resurrect his father. The DM was new. Poor bugger didn't realise players could be disruptive.
You know, there's something that really fucking gets me, right? When it comes to players that decide, I'm going to play an atheist character in a world where magic exists, and clerics exist, and warlocks exist, and everything else, and, you know, you do know magic comes from gods in pretty much all these settings, right? You do know for gods to exist, that's where you get the magic from. Yeah. Unless you just want to go with pure wizards, but, like, the bulk of people get magic from gods. Yeah. It's really annoying, and I'm really sick of having to deal with this at this point. I feel like someone would just be like, oh, you know what, I'm actually going to make an atheist character, because it might actually be kind of interesting. Or it's not interesting, guys. It's not. It really annoys me, and it feels like I'm going over myself every time. And I come across this at least in one campaign. It just happens. And tell me I'm not the only one.
Has anybody been... I said to James last night we were watching it. Has anybody been watching that new House of the Dragon?
Oh, yeah. It's pretty good so far.
I said to James, Aemond, the elder Targaryen son on the green side. Yeah. No, the youngest Targaryen son on the green side.
The one with the eye patch.
The one with the eye patch. Whenever he was in that. He was in like a.
He was in King's Landing looking for his blower, and Megan said he hyper rogue.
Like no, if I think of a rogue, that's what he had like the cloak on with like a metal clasp and I was like, no, that's a rogue.
Yeah,
even with the eye patch and the chiseled jawline, sunken in cheeks, it's a rogue.
That's every rogue you've
An
ever
elven
seen.
rogue. Behind it, there's ears.
Yeah, you just need to slap on pointy ears.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk too much about House of the Dragon until the show's over. Megan thinks it was a good thing that she didn't. Well, if you haven't watched it,
I don't want to say. No,
skip ahead 30 seconds. We're going to say it because like it came out a couple of days ago. It's a new show. Just skip like 30 minutes to a minute ahead. So Megan thinks it was a good thing that your woman didn't absolutely set them all on fire. And I think that's kind of stupid. My reasoning be, she could have still set them all on fire, but half the people there were Targaryens.
But my point is that the reason why she didn't, because she was, number one, she was scaring them, plus she shows that she doesn't believe in treason, and killing them would have been treason, and they were committing treason.
I don't know, I think it would have been pretty vulgar, just to, like, it would have been Game of Thrones as anything to kill off half the cast
the most Game of Thrones thing ever is coming through with the dragon and killing half of the population and not giving a single fuck and only caring about the ones who are standing up there.
I know, but again, like, you know, what about, like, for instance, does that not count then with Jaime? What did Jaime have to go through about all the peasants? Like, you know, you know what I mean? It's one of those ones that's kind of like, I kind of think it would be really cool if she can set all the peasants on fire.
Yeah, and it would have been extremely Game of Thrones thing to do, but I think...
And then, like, you know, because the Targaryens immune to dragon fire, they would have been fine, so you could still keep a lot of the cast there, but you would have been keeping off the high towers, you would have been killing off coal.
Another thing I said to James as well is like, that's how you do Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon know how to do it. That's how you do strong female leads without them being cringy.
Yeah, actually I'll give them that. Well, like, I think we're going to do a video talking about House of the Dragon when it's all over, because it was actually nice to have something decent to watch, and I still haven't watched Rings of Power. I'm not going to watch Rings of Power because it's absolutely next post, guys. I'm sorry.
Pathfinder campaign. Player is a summoner. His character's companion thing is like a sexy succubi lady thing.
Yeah, I wonder what he's up to.
Character has a sister there's some kind of plot relevant relationship with. What? That makes no sense.
Right, okay.
His character finds girdle of gender changing. GM later confirmed to me in private that he had asked for that to happen to his character.
No. Oh my god, you know exactly what...
Deadlands campaign.
Honestly, close your ears, let's just keep moving.
Deadlands campaign. His character was originally a white doctor from southern Gentry, whatever. Got turned into a black lady by Eliza Frida? Yeah. And was a voodoo practitioner.
So what is this guy wanting to do?
I don't know. Wuxia campaign? His character was originally a guy trained in a feminine martial art style in disguise as a woman.
So what I'm going to say is...
And a member of an all-female kung fu organisation.
No, what he does is he crushes their heads between their thighs.
All three of these were the same player. I was the DM for the Deadlands and Wuxia campaign. I don't think we can elaborate on this much.
Yeah, I think this guy's just up to no good. You know exactly what he's up to.
Well, yeah.
It sounds like Teal, not gonna lie. Let's keep moving.
Some questionable ones from a while back on an Eberron organised play server.
What is it with Eberron? So, you know the thing is, I kind of like the setting, but anytime I actually like read anyone playing it,
it always seems like an absolute
nightmare.
Yeah.
I can't explain why it turns into a nightmare.
I don't. The handful of stories that I've heard, I can't remember a single good one.
Yeah. Look, let's jump into this and let's see where it takes us.
Half-dragon wolfman played by a furry. His character was a paladin who walked around in a loincloth that was somehow heavy armour. His paladin mount was a half-dragon direwolf. His mount and him were half-brothers, sired by the same dragon father. They were also gay lovers. He got banned before his first actual game for posting porn in main. What is it with furries? And they just can't help. They can't help themselves. Like, they literally can't.
Can I post this?
Let me show you my OC.
Let me show you my erotica of my OC, and I'm just going to post it into general. Do you guys want to look at it? Can you please look at it, please? Please look at it, please. Please. No, guys. Like,
no, just look at it. At everyone.
It's like, no, guys.
Dude wanted to play Goblin Slayer. Same art and everything. Backstory is edgy as hell. Ex-slave whose family were worked to death before he escaped and swore vengeance. He now wants to exterminate all goblins. Problem was, he was playing this in Eberron. Eberron, the setting where most goblins are normal citizens. He murdered some random bystanders in his first session, full murder hobo style, which resulted in the character getting banned for the story reasons. Dude left on a huff after. My guy.
I mean, you can do a lot with Eberron that you can't do in other settings.
Yeah.
Like, you do an awful lot that just doesn't apply to other settings. Work with it.
Man playing an undead munchkin character with 60 AC.
How is that even possible?
He obsessed over her weight and told everyone he could 53 pounds, by the way. He could, what?
So I
don't
don't
he could bench?
I don't know what that is. So
I don't know what pounds is.
like, you know what like gets me about Americans? Pounds, not stone. That's like using tens but not hundreds.
I know.
And honestly, Americans do that all the time, where they say hundreds and not thousands.
Yeah.
Like saying 250, 100 or whatever.
Yeah.
Instead of 2,500.
I know.
That cracks me, and I don't care. You guys are wrong. But that got us to the moon. It's like, can you just use the not? Like, come on.
I know.
Just use it.
Insisted that she had functioning reproductive organs despite being dead. Only cast single target buff spells and still somehow did 1d4 -2 damage at double digit levels.
I mean, she did spend it all on AC.
Well, yeah. Player would realise an earth-shattering... would release an earth-shattering... If someone suggested he cast anything else.
I've came across people like that. Some people just like, look, this is the way I'm going to play. Nothing you can say or do will change my view on how I'm going to play this character. And you know what? I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, come on, we're going to come up with a plan here, guys. We're gonna go about this in this way. We're gonna attack it by this way, and they're just like, no, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, guys. It's like, come on.
I know. Just work with us a little bit.
A bit of teamwork, man.
Yeah.
A bit of teamwork. I don't know. See, no, you know what gets me? Like, I don't care about that guys. I don't care about that girls. I don't care about Mary C's an awful lot. But what actually annoys me whenever I've came in contact with it is just unreasonable levels of just uncorporation.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Yeah.
We're in a party together. Can we please work together? This is what we're here for. Do you want to get the sweet? What are you here for? Are you here to get
we
the
don't need
biddy?
to like each other outside a game. Just work with me, please.
Please, just accomplish something.
Right, you slimy human maggots. We has been working hard at Neckbeardia to get the bestest little people that monies can buy. We got all the boys here. We got the boys, the lizard boys, vampire boys, all the boys over at Neckbeardia. Oh, we also got some pretty girls too. But I can't really make out which one's the boys and which one's the girls sometimes. But anyway, I need more monies to get more daggers, so get on over and order some now, you filthy pigs.
Every video that we post, we're going to be giving away all of our homebrew content to one lucky winner. Every video. All you have to do to be in with a chance to win is to be subscribed, leave a comment, and like this video. And today's lucky winner is this guy. Well done! Well done! To claim your prize, just send an email to neckbeardiacontact@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the video. You know, everyone always talks about players or DMs inserting their fetishes into their games or characters in a very obtrusive way that is annoying or disruptive in some way to the enjoyment of the rest of the group. You guys ever have a player do this in some way without being a disruptive Sperg? Like, there was this guy I played tabletops with, a great dude. He had a fetish for massive, unrealistic biddies. Just big biddies, big biddy boy.
I think I know a woodworking teacher in Canada. Like it's old news at this point anyway, guys. Let's just keep going.
No.
No. Yeah, Ozzy says.
He's up. No.
Say no, Ozzy. Say no.
No.
Look, it's old news, guys. Everyone's seen it by now.
A respectable fetish, to be sure. He liked them bigger than my taste, and I'm a big fan of big biddies, but that's beside the point.
Do you know what guys want to know all about big biddies?
Because
we got you covered in neckbeardia.co.uk. We got all them biddies. Go check it out. Links down below.
He had a penchant for playing female characters with massive biddies. But aside from one mention of when describing what his character looks like to the rest of the party, and maybe the occasional joke, it wasn't even really a big thing. He was just happy to know that his character had massive biddies, and didn't need to constantly remind the party about the fact, and the game went on despite the fact his fetish was in the campaign and no one cared.
I wouldn't even pick that up on it being like anything. I don't think I would have picked up on that. Like,
that's,
okay.
To be honest, that's just a male playing a female.
Yeah. If you're like, I'm just putting it out there, but if I was to play a female character, she's gonna be giga thick, alright?
Yeah, she's gonna be giga thick.
To be fair, the only female character that I can remember playing off the top of my head was an orc. Was it a warlock? I think she might have been a warlock.
Was she giga thick?
Yeah, of course she was. Death by Snoo Snoo. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna date, you may as well. Like,
Why is it so...
I wouldn't call that like...
No, it's not fetish.
No,
I mean, it's
have...
just males playing females.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's like, why would I not?
If I have the opportunity laid out in front of me.
that would, you could argue that's in the same category as, is your character ugly or not? Like,
oh yeah,
you're gonna play a character that's like, well, yeah, I would say they're like at the very least they're gonna be on average attractiveness scale. Yeah. Like, it's not often you hear, unless someone's specifically playing a hideous character. Yeah. Do they make that a point?
Yeah.
But most people are gonna play characters that are either on average or above. Let's be serious. Most people are 10 out of 10 attractive that they play.
Yeah. Why is it so difficult for people to do this? Also, another instance of me doing it. I have... I can't say that.
Can you not say it? Okay, so he's got a thing for the...
Asian women.
Yeah.
I ran a martial arts wuxia campaign set in ancient fantasy China. Badass Asian warrior ladies everywhere. But that's part of the setting. And though my players know this about me, it wasn't an issue because sexy warrior ladies weren't the sole focus and feature of the campaign, etc. And everyone had a great time despite my fetish being present at the campaign and the party knowing about it. But I wouldn't say that's...
I don't really think that is.
Like, so, you're a bit of a weeb, who cares?
That's like, okay, there's attractive people in a campaign that I'm doing. I don't know. Again, is this slippery slope? Is this like, once you hear that one thing in, is it going to get worse and worse and worse? I don't know. I don't really see... I
don't see anything wrong in that because...
I don't even think I would have picked up on it, to be honest with you. To me, I feel like that's a bit of a... That's kind of standard, if I be honest with you.
Yeah, have big biddies and Asian women and big booties.
The dweeb likes Asian women. That's
wait,
such
what?
A oh, no, I prefer Asian women because they're more submissive. Also, I am a libertarian. Let's just keep going.
Dwarf cleric, worship the god of alcohol, wanted to open a brewfanage, a brewery that doubled as an orphanage.
So you mean child labor?
Yeah.
What do you call it if it's like Nike doing it? And naked. No, these guys. No, what other companies are renowned for child labor? Like Apple,
Amazon,
yeah. Nike's a big one that always sticks
Nike's a big one, yeah. Also wanted the same building to double as a house for single mothers and prostitutes.
That's also called a workhouse. Sadly, they don't exist anymore. I got into a really big argument with one of my friends over this, because I said giving people that are out of work money generally is like not a great idea, and
no, because you're enabling that kind of behaviour.
Well, I think it depends on what way they're going about it. Have they been unemployed their entire lives, or have they just fallen on hard times? Mm-hmm. It's very hard to measure different. That. But if someone just has no interest
in work
at all, and it's very evidently clear. I mean, okay, you know what? This video's not about that. Let's just keep going.
Stick them in a workhouse.
Yeah, of course. It's going to be a lot nicer than the Victorian ones.
Maybe.
I'm probably going to have to cut that.
No. Secondary goal was to bone all elven women so they get addicted to
dwarven.
Right. And stop sleeping with male elves, thus replacing all elves with elf-dwarf hybrids. This character was mine.
I don't have words. Let's just keep going. My
very first RPG was DM'd by an extremely broody friend who desperately wanted to get pregnant, and her husband was one of the players. Constantly low-level innuendo and sex references. But since we were playing online, it all basically went ignored. It was the sort of thing which would usually elicit blushes, winks, nods, or glances.
You want to be an only child, Ozzy? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Right.
with illicit blushed winks, nod, or glances across the physical table we didn't have, and what might have been funny in person was just plain awkward through voice chat. Oh.
No, like, that's, I don't know, what else can you, like, put on that? Why would you bother being on voice chat anyway? Like, you know, if you're, like, can you not just be in the same room? But, well, I suppose you would be on...
You would be in the same room, but, like, keep it to yourselves.
Yeah, please.
Don't put other people in that position to have to hear shit like that. I hate Reddit. I hate Reddit because people submit meme builds that get taken seriously by brainlets who then try to actually play them. This has happened twice running 5th edition games for randoms.
But guys, can I play a coffee lock, guys? Can I please play a coffee lock? How fun would it be, right? If we all just play coffee locks? I am totally random, and we're also silly guesses.
Oh, stop it! Let's not start this again.
Yeah, keep going.
Running a game that starts at mid-levels. One dude brings a wizard warlock multi-class thing saying that it's his first time playing past level 3.
Right, okay.
First combat and he fires off a magic missile spell boosted with all the typical things, saying that he deals over 1,000 damage. Tell him that the nuke is sketchy, raw, and not something I agree with. Tell him he has to roll all the damage dice separately and that his bajillion modifiers only apply to one. Literally
Jane, you know that cat?
You know that cat me where it goes... He does that. Literally disconnects then and there and reports me to the looking for group mods for bullying.
Honestly... No, you see this, like...
That's your fault.
Yeah,
for
that's what...
Reddit,
you should be going to Reddit. Like... I'm just going to put out there and say it right now. Are you looking for group Discord server?
Don't do it.
Is
either.
a fire.
To be honest, don't
but
do
at least
it.
I'm going to give you a heads up that it's dumpster fire. Right? At least I'm not going to be like, yeah, well, it's the best place ever to find games. It's okay. You know, you can find games there. I can't say for the quality. Honestly, I've been actually quite lucky. I've actually got quite a few decent games. So, you know... That's for me personally.
You have
but
to
like,
hook
you know,
through the shit to find the gold.
Yeah, pretty much. If you like, you know, the thing is, see if you join a game that's not 5e, it's probably guaranteed to be better.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, most people that want to play a game are going to play 5e. People that are new, people that are unexperienced, whatever. Normies as well. And I'm not saying inexperienced or whatever is bad, but most people that are looking for other systems have played their fair share of 5e and want to play something else.
Yeah.
So therefore, on average, you're probably going to get someone a bit more experienced at the very least.
Yeah.
This is why you just try something else. And also, because it's so easy to find players for 5e, what you doing having to look online for 5e players?
I know.
You should be able to pick up 5e players anywhere. That's the thing. And that's where the warning signs come from. If you have to resort to places like that to find a 5e group, what's going on here? You walk into any game store ever, you're going to find a 5e group.
Yeah.
Probably Pathfinder as well.
Yeah,
maybe Call
probably
of Cthulhu. It's going to be a really hard time finding anyone else.
Another Reddit game. Guy plays a plasmoid sorcerer. Not a problem because I allow unearthed arcana. First combat and he says that he wants to crawl up the enemy's ass and start attacking him internally.
Hey, I've done that.
This shows me that stupid 1-inch move roll that they have. Kick him from the Discord and continue playing as if he wasn't there. I need to stop using Reddit.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know the thing
that's
is,
your problem, my guy.
Okay, so there's a few Reddits that I do use, and they're mostly for really obscure role-playing games that aren't that big, so you're never really going to get threads on TG for them.
Yeah.
And there's a few Facebook groups, but again, like, you know, you're looking like maybe 1 or 2 posts a day, so it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm not going to say what role-playing game systems they are.
Yeah.
But that's the only time I really find, like, they need to be really small. The smaller and the more niche the subreddit is, typically it's not as tarnished.
Yeah, because whenever you're looking for small niche things like that, it's probably, I hate to say it, but it probably is better going to Reddit to look for it because they're bigger and it's easier to search.
I think it holds it a lot better and it's better than scrolling an archive.
Yeah.
And you can actually like back to people.
Yeah.
You know, which is handy.
And you get to see the top comment as well for advice on shit.
Yeah, sometimes it is just easier, but again, that's the biggest problem with Reddit.
I know.
The voting system is one of the handiest things about it, but also one of the worst things about it.
I don't care. I need to go on it for no sleep. I avoid everything else.
You're not on the blacklist anymore of No Sleep, which is quite nice.
Am I not?
No, remember we checked.
Oh,
you got
yeah,
taken
no,
off
I got
it.
took off.
Yeah, so there you go, guys.
Female player insisted her character with the.
Yes, obviously you laughing at the female ones.
Yeah.
Doesn't say anything the entire time.
Like father, like son.
I think, look, I think we're kind of mean a lot of the time, but I think it's just because the only time, like, we really differentiate between male and female is whenever something bad's happening, and I always kind of feel bad about it almost, but, like... Look, guys,
you're just gonna have to listen to him.
Last post, and then we'll finish off, alright? Like, just keep going, quick.
Female player insisted her characters were the most attractive beings in the setting. There could be no competition. The character would always attempt to get discounts on items by flirting. GM occasionally allowed it. Worst character was a cleric that insisted her god was the only god in the setting where multiple gods were well established. GM was fine with this for some reason.
I mean, like, if you, like, a person can try and deny it all they want.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just, it does get a bit
Look
annoying.
At Christians.
Yeah, well, alright. You can say that about any
I suppose.
Really. No, but my god's too god. You just don't get it.
Relentlessly attempted to convert every PC and NPC without regard to how it would affect the party and their quest. Tried to get a fellow player character arrested for sexual assault because he insulted her. GM didn't allow it though. Good.
Ah, well, that's good.
Eventually started a
jihad
in the name of her one god that disrupted to the entire setting and certainly altered the GM's plans immediately. But he did nothing to stop it. Was arrested, tried, and executed for trying to commit genocide using weather control. Player was pretty unhappy about the death of her character and played her next character half-heartedly, but was back to her usual self by the start of her next campaign a few months later. She was generally disruptive and always trying to be the centre of attention, but not on the level of true, that guy, girl, TG horror stories.
I don't know, like, see, they sexually assaulted me. Ooh. I don't care if it's in a game. I wouldn't trust that person.
No, not at all, not in the slightest.
I would not want anything to do with that human being at all, and that's something that I would definitely avoid, like, the plague.
Yeah.
Because... She
gives me that vibe.
Yeah,
you know what vibe I'm on about? That vibe.
That's a bad vibe to have. That's a really bad vibe. But look, I think that's where we're gonna finish off because
Aussie's breakfast is done.
Finished.
Good boy. Eating all your breakfast. Yeah.
But no, he did well. He sounded quite quietly first, you know. But
he's gonna start flinging food around the show though.
Oh no.
Oh no, he's eating it.
Oh, very good. Not bad. Well, anyway, look, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Also, we're really close. If you have ordered anything from last month, we're finally almost there. Last month's sale was kind of insane, not gonna lie.
People need to remember as well, it's us and like one other person.
We do have a limited amount of printers and we can only print so much in a day, so we are incredibly backlogged. But we are almost there, and the bulk of what's left will be going out in the next day or two. Yeah. So thanks.
Nearly there. You will be getting it.
So yeah, that means you can start buying stuff again and you can try get it sooner.
Thank you.
No, honestly, but that sale was just really insane. It was one of our most successful sale ever, and it really wasn't intended to be. Yeah. It was one of those ones I kind of felt bad halfway through. It was like, these models are selling really well. Should we just like resume the contract with them again? I know. But I was like, no. I said no. We're going to be going away with them. But I might try something like that again in the future. I might try and set up a deal with an artist that we don't work with,
and have them for a limited run,
and just work with
see what you think.
Artists and see what they can do with us. You know what I mean? So look, we'll find out. Also, new All Guardsman party, by the way. I'm going to put. I should actually say that at the start of the video.
Beginning, yeah. But wait, no, because then they'll go away and watch that, and not watch this.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
So it's here. It's a sneaky little insert.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead and watch it. It's on the TTS channel, Neckbeardia TTS. Go have a look.
Also, if you guys don't know, we do have a TTS channel.
Yeah. I hope we still do get the odd moaning and the I remember TTS. Well, go fucking listen to it then. Yeah. Go. We do it.
We still do text to speech. People
go do it.
People say, "Oh no, I preferred you when you did text to speech." It's like, well, you got text to speech there.
I know.
That's what we do. You know, but you do have the option. And then
many times, two, 3 times a week.
And then there was another. Yeah, what I try to do every other day.
Yeah,
I aim to anyway every other day.
There's content going up regularly.
So yeah, check that out. Anything else? Oh yeah, Shoggy. So he did the Old Guardsman party. You should check out his. If you want to stay up to speed with the Old Guardsman party, you should check out his Discord and his Twitter, and you'll get all new updates from him because he's working on quite a few other projects. He's actually, you know what's happened with him, right? So he's been doing the All Girls Party. What happened was he got a bit bogged down with his job. He was having a really hard time for the last couple of years. He had he had some health issues, and he got to the point, I think it was just because of COVID and whatnot, he kind of got to the point where he was really unhappy with the job that he's got, so he's actually left it, and he's taken a few months out, and he's been working on the All Girls Party, and he's also doing a few other projects like models. He's been working on getting some All Girls Party official modeling. I've been gurning about him to do this for absolutely ever, and he's
literally
finally...
for years.
It has been literally years. He says, no, I'll do it whenever it gets all over, and with that close to the end, and he aims to have it out. He would really like the All Girls Party finished before Christmas. I don't think he's going to get that done before Christmas. I think early 2023, but I think it would still be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But look, we've rambled enough. Go ahead, check out all the links down below. Anything else we need to talk about?
I fucked your mum last night.
Don't in front of the chat. Right, so hope you guys enjoyed, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!